Last weekend, I went to Ironman 70.3 Vietnam, not to race, but for the first time as a spectator to cheer my friends and to meet pro athletes. And on the sidelines, I reflected on my earlier post on More Pilots Than Lufthansa, where I talked about how most organizations today are stuck doing pilot projects in IR 4.0 and new technologies and not able to move beyond pilot experiments to full-scale organization-wide transformation and make fundamental changes to their business model. And Ironman Racing provides that great analogy. Being stuck doing pilots is like only swimming in a pool and never willing to jump into that open sea and trash it out with other competitors. Because once you're out there in the sea, you have to compete. You cannot stop and rest by the poolside. And when you don't have a safety net, you have no choice but to keep going forward. And the safety net of an existing business, brand, culture, revenue streams becomes that barrier to fundamental change. And here you see these amazing age group athletes who dared to jump into the sea, and sadly, they miss that 1 hour 10-minute cutoff for the 1.9 kilometer distance, and the organizers take away their timing chips and end their race prematurely. These athletes take 3 times longer to swim than the pros, and they exemplify that resilient, never quit spirit that companies are missing today. And so the difference is, for big organizations, if they get something that's 70% right, they still think that's not enough. There's that 30% chance of error. Whereas for an entrepreneur, getting 30% right is already a significant breakthrough, and they're willing to double down and increase their resources, and they'll say they'll learn in the next phase to go from 30 to 40 to 50 to 60. That's the fundamental difference. It's the willingness to act, not when there's certainty of outcome, but the courage to do so, knowing that you are going to fail, but you're going to learn from that process.
Asia Pacific Champion, welcoming a new course record, Patrick Leonard!
Xin chúc mừng các nhà vô địch mới với kỷ lục 3 tiếng 48 của anh Patrick Leonard.
Second place today for Tim Van Berkel. What an amazing day for Reedy. Oh, Craig Alexander rounded out the top 5, Australia. Great Britain's Tim Dunn, the fastest Ironman on the planet. Come Holly Lawrence, Great Britain. Oh, Sarah Crowley, Rodka.
Are you a 70% or 30% person?